Oh, fucking camera. Pain in the ass. Fucking. Fuck, there it is right there. Cool. Alright. Hey, I know it's been a while. I'm going to start making videos again. So, here's one. Yeah, I plan on doing a big lineup of, like, videos on Wisp or ISP related equipment and potentially, yeah, whatever. If you guys have questions or suggestions, then I shall do it. I gotta get used to using a camera again. So, yeah, oh, look, that's actually, I like that. That's creepy lighting. Yes. Look at the hideous hillbilly. Alright, so anyway, here. Getting started. Here are my weapons of choice out in the field. Many of us have specific manufacturers we really appreciate. These tough books are fucking rock solid. They're waterproof, mudproof, gasproof. You can drive over them. They are pretty rock solid. Your ports are all protected on the side. It's great if you're a field technician working out of doors and you know, you need something that's neither not going to die in the cold, or, you know, you can throw it around a little bit or leave it on the back of your truck and go back and get it. These are the Panasonic Tough Books. This is a cheap old one. Still good enough for the job. They typically go for around 300 bucks for these guys. Well worth it. I load Linux. This is my office computer slash coffee table computer slash I do everything that's not field related on this computer, which I will be showing you guys the tools of the trade and software very shortly about how that little bad boy works. Linux, folks. Linux. So, yeah. Give me a minute to put my camera away and then I'll jump on OBS and we'll do some screen capture. Alright. Here we go. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Really fucking cool. I'm sure my microphone sounds like shite, but that's because I don't have any good recording microphones at the moment. So, well, we'll get there. Anyway, let's minimize this while we record. Okay, welcome. I wish you could see me wave my hands out welcoming. This is my, I guess, my primary office computer. It does go out in the field, contrary to what I've said before, but I try to keep it not in the field where it can get just fucking destroyed, like 4 other laptops in the last year. Alright, so anyway, let's get down to business. So, I run an ISP, or a wireless ISP. We call it Wisp in my industry. And this video is for all of you guys who have never worked with Wisps, or, you know, for you guys who actually run Wisps, and, you know, just curious about a Linux setup for, you know, network administration. So let me get started by showing you guys my screen. Now this is my workspace. You are looking at Ubuntu Linux 16.04 LTS. LTS is for long-term support, and hey, it just works. I tried 18.04 to go new, but it was a complete piece of dog shit and didn't actually last that long, and nothing worked. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you guys a few things here. So first of all, here's my little launch bar where I've got all my utilities in. Here's my quick launch where I've got some icons parked for use. Some of the tools that I use on a day-to-day basis in here. Yeah. One really nice thing I like about Linux, or Ubuntu in general, GNOME. This is a network manager here. These network managers are great. One of the most beautiful things about a network manager is you can have presets in here. In fact, one second. Let me, cable. Need a cable. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Let me plug in a cable right here. Alright, so I am plugging in an Ethernet cable. You're going to see some magical stuff happen here. Bum, 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 bum. Ethernet plugged in. Okay. So now, if I go in here, see all these neat little things right here? These are presets that I've programmed in. It's really easy to do. So we've got one for Ubiquiti Radio Defaults. I've got it set for 192.168.1.99. So you click on that, any Ubiquiti stuff you plug in, you can connect to it. Whatever, literally just that. If I'm working on a subnet I don't normally work on, I can program it into whatever and click on whatever, and away we go. MikroTik is MikroTik router default subnet, so I've got 192.168.88.99 so that I can plug into a MikroTik and program it. This is our data center, and that's DHCP. And then these are just Wi-Fi networks, so ignore those. So I've also got our VPN on here. Generic looking, I know, but there's the VPN, so when I'm out of network, I can VPN in and do things. Horrible things sometimes. So edit connections here. There we go. This is where you go to actually add your little presets. So I'm going to go work on Lucky McDuck's network, and you'll see here whatever, right? I can click on edit, and I can go to my IPv4 settings, and I can add an IP address just simply by clicking on it. We'll pretend that they're running 172.168.43.0. Alright, so /24 subnet 172.168.43.1. There we go. And as always, I've got my Cloudflare DNS in there. When you click on save, it saves that preset. Then you can just go up here and click on whatever, and boom, it's set, just like that. In Windows, we use a tool called NetSetMan, which actually works pretty good for that too. Let me just make sure this thing's still recording. Ah, it's still recording. Wow. This is my first time doing screen capture, folks, so bear with me if it goes tits up. Alright, so anyway, we'll just showed you that basic functionality of that network item right there. Applications menu. This is where shit just sits. Now I am plugged into my home lab network, so I honestly don't give two shits if you guys see my IPs in here, because it doesn't matter. I usually change it once a month anyway, so let's see here. Ubiquity Discovery Tool. This is such a beautiful tool when it works. This allows you to scan your subnet. It does it automatically, and it pulls up any Ubiquity devices in here. It's really handy because then you can click on something and you could admin it. It's another cool tool. Alright. Let's see here. Here's an industry tool most of you guys have probably already know and have already seen. It's called Air Control. I created a dummy server. Let me see if I can log into said dummy server. There we go. Yeah, cool, it worked. Alright. No, I don't. Yes, okay, this is kind of cool, actually. I like this new feature that Air Control has. So, every now and again, it'll check for software updates. So, these are firmwares issued for hardware. So, radio equipment that Ubiquity produces. Every now and again, they release a software update. There is a 50-50 chance it will kill your equipment or make it work better. Lately, it's made everything work better, which is pretty damn awesome. So yeah, I just go ahead and click Download All. And the Air Control server, which is currently running on my workstation across the room, is now downloading those firmwares in here so that I can just simply click on something and go Update Firmware, and it'll update it for me. Air Control is like the #1 go-to I find for running a Ubiquity network. If you've got a lot of Ubiquity last mile, or just point-to-point, or just general Ubiquity crap on your network, it's a really easy at-a-glance way to manage your network. You can see your stuff in here. You can see the SSID right here for whatever the device is. It's wireless mode. Access point, that's an access point. That one's actually not in this building, believe it or not. It's actually down the street at my husband's little workplace. Yes, it's called Bunnies. That's awesome. I will never tell you the password. Okay, here's the point-to-point link for getting there. As you can see, pretty good signal. Tells you your frequencies and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. This is something else. I'm not even going to talk about this. This is a 900, really, that's shooting through about 8 floors of concrete to hook up my friend downstairs. And it works. That's right, 8 floors of concrete it will shoot through and hook a person up. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so there we go. So there's Air Control. I'm not going to show you the inner workings of the radios because that's not the point. I'm just trying to show you guys some good tools to have on your Linux workstation for work. Alright, GIMP, because we all like making horrible, incriminating pictures of our exes. That's what that's for. Okay, let's see here. Ether rape. Ether rape. You notice how they really highlight the ape part. I call it ether rape because it pretty much takes everything out of the network and visualizes it. It is a really handy tool. You don't know my password. All right, there we go. So it's a really handy tool for literally visual network analysis. I would be beside myself if I couldn't use it, and you can't get this for Windows. It is stupid. I had something called NetBoy Suite for Windows, which worked up until late Windows 7, and then it just went to shit and wouldn't work anymore. I tried contacting the software developer, and I don't know if they died in a drug overdose or what. Something just beeped. Okay, no, we're still recording. Cool. All right. So yeah, this basically shows you what's going on the network visually. Let's see if I can do something to just fucking trigger some traffic. I know. Let's open Facebook. I don't want anybody to see my Facebook profile because chances are it's really embarrassing and I've said something retarded, which I do on a regular basis. Alright, so here we go. Facebook.com. Watch this. Going to one website, a whole bunch of shit's going to come up. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I should probably unplug that Ethernet cable. There we go. If you don't set it up right, Ubuntu will by default switch over to Ethernet if you try to plug in an Ethernet cable. Oh, are you being cunty? Let me reconnect. There we go. You reconnected? You happy now? There we go. Alright, so there we go. This is the beautiful thing about Ether Rape. So, Ether Rape right now is showing you all the things that are happening on my network while Facebook is loading, which can sometimes be very revealing. Of course, in here, basically you're seeing it hit my router, you're seeing it go out across the network, you're seeing it go out to the world, basically. That's some pretty basic stuff. That's not as messy as I was hoping. Let's try something. Oh, wait a sec, I already have a window open. Let's try something else. Okay, let's, did you go to Facebook? It doesn't look like you went to Facebook. I told you, there we go. Now you're going to Facebook. You horrible, god-awful thing. Now you can change this. This is a fresh load. So I haven't actually changed the thresholds on it yet, but that little pink ray, if you go over here, you'll see that that represents HTTPS. And whichever side swells is the side that's receiving the data. So as you see it pulling, there you go. So this guy here is yanking that off the internet. All right, let's do something else. Let's go to let's try going to ShlewTube. Or wait, let's go to Google. I'm gonna look up forensic milk. Alright, so now I'm hitting Google right now. Google is pulling up a bunch of shit. Let's try going... You know, a scatter client would be amazing for this right now. Like torrents or whatever. You can see all sorts of shit happening on there. Don't mind my cat. I think she's in heat. Again. Don't spay or neuter your animals. It's cruel. Let's see here. Let's go to YouTube. I like YouTube. YouTube does not like me. Okay. Well. Either way, you get the gist of it. It's a visual network analysis tool. Another real wicked purpose for this bad boy is if you have a piece of equipment and you have no fucking idea what the IP address is and you can't get into it. Like, you're locked out of a radio or a router or whatever, or somebody brings you an old router that was sitting in their basement and they want to use it. You can plug your laptop into that and give yourself like a /8 subnet or whatnot, and then just, you know, run this. One of the tricks that I use is if you turn the device on after it's been plugged into your computer and EtherRape's running, it'll do an announce as soon as it comes online. And when it does an announce, you will see it show up like this. You will see one of these little guys pop up. So then you'll know what the IP address is, and you can change your IP address accordingly and log into said device. Or you can just fucking hammer it with a brute force attack or something like that if you want to. Whatever, it's not my place. So, alright, so there's Aether I love Aether Wireshark. Wireshark is basically the boring, very thorough version of Aether You can also use this for port mirroring on switches and routers and stuff like that. It's pretty darn handy. Let's see here. Let's capture. Wow, it's hilarious. When my cats want attention, they will literally throw shit off the table, and that's what they're doing. Okay, so yeah, here you go. Right now, I believe that this is not running in root, so you're not going to be able to see anything there. But yeah, Wireshark essentially allows you to sniff your network for packets and dismantle packets and see exactly what's going on. This is the main reason why we have encryption now, is because some little cunt could sit in the middle, do a man-in-the-middle attack, or even connect to your Wi-Fi without you knowing it, and then you just simply feed them information. If you're using bare-bones HTTP websites like, I don't know, crapmail.com, where you go there and it's not encrypted, they can see your password, your username, and everything using Wireshark. Okay, Winbox. This is the go-to tool for network administrators running MikroTik. So, yeah, it's got a neat little discovery tool. Let's see here. Can I connect to you? I think I am on that subnet. I'll just do this, whatever. Connect to the MAC address. Let me in. Oh, clearly my wireless connection is not good right now. That's my Unify AP for you. Sometimes it acts up. Or I might actually be connected to the one that's at the other end of my apartment. Who knows? Alright, there you go. This is Winbox. This is a breakdown of MikroTik router. Or in this case, the switch. There's all your interesting stuff most of you guys have seen inside of these. I'm going to save setting up a MikroTik router for yet another video. Because, you know, I really want to come up with more content ideas. Let's check OBS. Is this still running? Yeah, it's still running. Okay, good. Alright, so that's most of the rundown. Okay. Now, there's all sorts of other really handy tools in here. If I go under Internet here, I got Linside. Linside is very, very, very handy. This is just a wireless sniffer, that's all. It's just, there we go. It's like Air Snort or whatnot. You can use it to scan for wireless networks. There we go. So there we go. You run this. There we go. And it will sniff for wireless networks nearby. If you're lucky enough to go on Amazon and buy a ABG-NAC 2.4 and 5 gig dual band mini PCI Express card for your laptop, you can use the 5 gig to see all sorts of cool shit too. I will get into hacking your wireless driver to allow you to access all the good stuff in the middle, which is what ISPs use. It's one day. And I have to decide on whether that's actually something which I want to do, because I don't want script kiddies learning how to hack people's shit. So, yeah, we'll cover that another day maybe. Okay, so terminals. We all love terminals. They are great, especially when you're SSHing. I like terminology. It's pretty. It just looks cool. You can see stuff. It's color codes everything. Like it really does let you use Bash in the nicest way possible. It also allows you to copy, paste, do whatever the hell you want. Oh, look, you can split it too. That's a new feature. I used to have to use split VT for that. There we go. Okay, Netcat. Netcat is great. It is basically a raw terminal client. So you can use it to basically get into a service that's open and exposed and not, you know, wrapped in a condom of TCP wrappers, which it turns out nowadays a lot of people do, which is kind of stupid. Anytime you're running servers or anything Linux or Windows, actually, you know, Windows doesn't make servers, they make crap. Any Linux servers you're setting up, make sure to harden them with kernel hardening. You want to put libnids or snort on it. You want to run like SSH, definitely kill telnet. What else? TCP wrappers, all that wonderful crap. Otherwise, people who are running Netcat can just connect to one of your services, and if they know the raw commands, they can pass commands to your services and take over your mail server or DNS and really screw you. Yeah. So that's something good to have. I think I've got Nmap installed. I do. Do I have ZenMap installed? Because I love ZenMap. Nmap. This is another handy tool. It is a port scanner. If you're an ISP, this is a critical thing for you. You set up Joe Blow's crappy D-Link router for him, and it's running some archaic firmware from back in the early 90s. Chances are it's got exposed ports, or, you know, an exposed DNS, or some other terribly embarrassing piece of shit that your ISP is going to call you, shut you down, and kick your ass over until you fix it. That being said, that's what Nmap's good for. Let's do a port scan just on my local system. Yeah, I'm just typing Nmap. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Nmap down 1 IP address scan. Oh, port 631's open. I don't know what port 631 is, but I can probably Google it if I wasn't so friggin' lazy. Alright, so there you go. There's a few of the basic tools that we use. This is why I love Linux with heart, mind, and soul. We've also got Google Chrome. We've got Firefox, because Chrome sucks a lot. And Firefox works too, but Firefox has really annoying, nagging security, whiny crap. So, yeah. Everything you need right here. As a good measure, I actually have a folder on my laptop called firmware, which I keep all of my MikroTik firmwares in, and my Ubiquiti firmwares for radios, and all that wonderful crap. Handy little tool here, just a recommendation, not necessary. This is just a system watch meter that shows me my CPU and RAM usage, and here's my weather, because, you know, when you're working outdoors 99% of the time, you want to make sure you know exactly what the weather's going to bring. There is one more tool that I did not mention that is not yet installed on this laptop because I'm currently overhauling it, is Dude. If any of you out there in the grand world have ever used What's Up Gold, it's a network management suite, and it was beautiful. It allows you to have, let's just see if I can actually pull up Dude. By the way, you have to have a MikroTik router if you wish to run the Dude. Let's see here. MikroTik. The Dude. Alright, so here's some examples of the Dude. By the way, this is Google search, in case nobody knows what it is or how to use it. Apparently a lot of people don't know how to use the Google search engine, so maybe I'll have to go over how to do that one day. But if you made it far enough to click on my YouTube video, then you probably don't need that. So, here we go. What's the basic? Here's a basic one. So, this is the Dude. You need a MikroTik router or router OS to host it. You can host it in a virtual machine, like Proxmox or VMware, God forbid. Or I think Microsoft has some type of god-awful virtual hypervisor of some sort. I don't know. But yeah, basically you can scan a subnet, and in here will pop up all the devices on the subnet. You can then arrange them appropriately to put switches and routers and stuff in the way and monitor them either through ICMP, which is ping, or through SNMP, which is Symmetrical Network Monitoring Protocol, or is it Management Protocol? I don't know. I really don't care. I call it SNMP. I never call it by the other name because it won't come up in conversation that way. We call it SNMP. Here we go. So here's another example. This is somebody's monstrous, horrendous nightmare of a network, apparently. Yeah, we don't want to release Dude source code. How about you bugger off? Whoever started that petition, yeah, don't choke on any Twinkies, but I don't like you. Because the Dude is MikroTik's own network management suite, and you know what? They shouldn't release it to the public. If you want to use it, it's so easy. Go and buy a router that will host Dude and throw Dude on it. What's so hard about that? Why make it open source? Bugger off. So, yeah, again, Dude is very similar to What's Up. This beautiful program, as you can see here, you've got different subnets, you've got switches and bridges and all that wonderful stuff. If something goes tits up, you're going to know because it will turn red. So with basic ICMP monitoring, here's another nightmarish hell. You'll see all these green ones. That's good, which means that they were responding to whatever monitoring that was active for them. ICMP, SNMP, whatever. So this one's red, which means clearly it's offline. Yellow means that it's not responding to all pings, or this could just be a header representing a different subnet or whatever. But typically, the colors go green. I believe it goes green, yellow, orange, red. Yellow means that it's missing some hits. So when you query it, which it does automatically at a preset amount of time, if it turns yellow, it's not always responding back. If it's orange, it means it's really not responding a lot of the time. If it goes red, it's just down. That's it. You can't hit it. For some reason, it is inaccessible. That's the fun part of it. So it's really handy. Dude can also email you some sick bastards to figure out ways to get it to text message you, and that works great too. I mean, whatever. If you're the network administrator and you want to actually be able to have any personal time at all, you pretty much need the dude or something similar to it, like WhatsApp. You need air control. You need all of these things. These are all critical tools for you to make your life simple and know when shit goes south, so that you don't have a million angry customers calling you, chewing you out, saying that you suck and that you should die in a fire. And believe it or not, that happens to me all the time. Yeah. Let's see. Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. That's the basic rundown of a nice little Linux setup. Oh, Twinkle. I forgot to tell you about Twinkle. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat. Oh, I wonder where you're at. Twinkle is, I don't carry a cell phone. No, isn't that bizarre? I don't carry a cell phone. So, what I do is I've got a SIP client on my tablet, on my work computers, on every piece of equipment that I carry with me. What that allows me to do is I can actually make phone calls using these SIP clients, so I don't actually need a phone with me. I've set up ring groups on my phone system so that if somebody calls my number, it will ring every single device that has a SIP client on it, which is pretty much everything I have. That way they can always get a hold of me as long as I'm connected to something, okay? Pretty handy. That's probably the last tool I would recommend. We can actually go over phone systems and VoIP clients and all that wonderful crap one day. I might just do that because if I can successfully figure out how this OBS thingy works and do screen captures and stuff, I'm more than willing to show you guys how to set up your phones and your phone system using cloud-based PBXs, or what clients to use on your cell phones, what clients to use on your workstations, all that crap. How to set up a phone system. That might be a good thing to do, but they're all different. So I mean, like, I'm a big fan of VoIP.ms. So I mean, like, if any of you guys use it, that's great. If not, then that video would be completely useless to you. So in short, that is the rundown. That is basically a Linux Wisp workstation computer. Boobies. Yes. Alright, so anyway, there's my first video for you folks, because it has been so long since I posted any videos that are of any interest. I'm going to try to make my videos more interesting by taking feedback from my minuscule little YouTube base, which I think I'm at 450 subscribers right now, whatever. You guys tell me what you want in the comments below. If you guys want pieces of software, hardware, blah, blah, blah. But basically, this run of videos that I'm doing is going to focus on the Wisp industry, how to do things in the Wisp industry, how to make your life better, mistakes not to make, and stupid things people do. I just wanted basically to show you through these videos in a summarized way, how to be a better Wisp technician or operator. And by the way, I have had suggestions that I should do my videos like my awesome, I watch this guy, his name's Ave, A-V-E. He's based out of BC. That's the opposite end of Kanakistan here. He's over on the other ocean front. I'm actually landlocked here in Ontario. And I have no intentions of making my videos like his, because he's got his own unique style, which is just awesome. Check him out if you get a chance. Otherwise, yeah, give me some feedback, and I will see what I can do for you beautiful folks. Alright, well, thank you for your time. If you made it this far, then you're either really bored, high on drugs, or drunk, and yeah, I appreciate it. Have a great one. Subscribe, like, or do whatever you want. Catch you later.